I idly twirl my pen around my fingers, sighing at a blank space of paper in front of me. You'd think that with all the poems I've written so far, it'd be pretty easy to start on yet another one. But I've been having trouble gaining any inspiration in writing a horror-themed poem. Are we going to go that way in writing for Yuri? I mean, a deep romantic one would be good, but I guess since she does like horror, it's good too. Huh? In order to celebrate Halloween, Monica asked us all to write themed poetry. Okay, this is new. We're supposed to have some kind of Halloween party as well. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm looking forward to it. I did watch a horror anime to get in the mood, but I'm not sure if it helped much. Don't get me wrong, it was great of surreal horror media. The sound design successfully created tension that kept stacking up over time, and the graphics were quite creepy as well. They were done in the style of old paper puppet crafts, lending an air of mystery and age to the stories. I would like to watch something like that. Despite this though, my mind still draws a blank whenever I confront the paper in front of me. It doesn't help that I hardly got any sleep last night either. It's hard to shake off this feeling of exhaustion. Why are we tired? I don't want to procrastinate much too, but come on! I've gotta think of something. How in the world does Stephen King do this? Alright, it's getting a little bit late, but it probably wouldn't hurt to go out and walk around for a few minutes. Exercise can energize you, right? Just walk around the house, don't go outside. I could always pick up a can of coffee or tea somewhere too, but something might come to me while I'm walking. Hope it's good. As I make my way outside, I see stars here, and they're beginning to emerge from the darkening sky. It looks like there might be a small chance of rain, and it's a bit nippy as well. Don't try to tell me you don't have an umbrella. I don't think it's anything I have to worry about though. What's a good place to go for poetry inspiration? I stretch as I stroll past a set of train tracks. Horror. Isn't there a graveyard around here somewhere? Is something going to happen in the graveyard if I ever go there? If I can recall correctly, it's a quick walk away from where I'm at. It'll probably seriously creep me out, but art requires sacrifice. You're going to spook yourself. Oh my goodness. A few minutes later, I spot the wrought iron gate to the cemetery. It's quite dark as there aren't any lights, but I can still make out the dark greens of the ivy snaking up the iron fence, as well as a flash of violet just inside the gate. Yuri? Hey Yuri! Oh my goodness, why are you here? Oh! This is a new twist to her outfit. I like it. She seems to panic for a moment after noticing me, but quickly regains her composure as we approach each other. Hi, Midas. Hi. I didn't see you there. Why are you in the graveyard in the first place, Yuri? Sorry if I startled you now. Oh, it's no bother. Wait, why is Yuri visiting the graveyard? Oh. Hey Yuri, were you trying to find inspiration for your Halloween poem too? She glances around for a minute as if processing my question. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm assuming you were doing the same. Yep. Great minds think alike. Yuri gives us a light chuckle at that. I was thinking of getting something to drink too. Wanna come with me? Well, it's getting a bit late. Oh, no problem. I'm just planning on grabbing tea or coffee from the store for a minute. Plus it's nighttime and you really shouldn't be going out. I see. In that case, I could probably keep you company for a bit. Smiling at each other, we start making our way to the shopping district. Yuri? I think you have something on your shoe. Is that so? We slow to a stop as she bends down to pick up something off her shoe. Huh, is that a rose petal? And will this be our inspiration? Where did that come from? It must have come off of some flower arrangements back in the cemetery. Why are you walking around? And for some reason stepping on flowers. Ah, makes sense. It's nice to know that people's graves are being tended in there. I agree. Being forgotten by your loved ones. It isn't a very comforting thought. Were you walking around there for a while? For a little bit. I had some trouble settling on some certain theme for my poem. That's a surprise, considering how much you love horror. Did you think so? Oh my goodness. You would think so, but it's difficult to pick one cohesive theme where there are so many to choose from. So, what do you end up deciding on? Well, would it be alright with you if I kept it a surprise for now? Sure, I can respect that. Oh no, it's raining. As we pass by a row of small shops and cafes, a few drops of water splash onto my face. Oh, it's animated! And we don't have an umbrella, oh my goodness. The droplets soon increase in size and frequency, and before we knew it, we were caught in a downpour. Should have brought an umbrella after all, oh my goodness. Do you want to head inside somewhere? Yes, please. We jog up to a convenience store. The cold rain shower splashing up at our ankles as we slosh through puddles. The entrance under the awning is thankfully dry, the yellow lights inside comforting the night. Pushing the door open, we were met with a small tinkling of a bell. Let's see, where's the drink section? Oh, I think it's in the back. I think we should stay for a while and dry out for a bit. I follow Yuri to the drinks cooler filled with a colorful array of bottles and cans. What are you in the mood for? She pops open the door and grabs a bottle of green tea. Well, I usually prefer my tea freshly made. The occasional chilled bottle of tea is a nice change of pace. Yeah, it does kinda change the taste when it's hot versus when it's cold. The iciness of cold tea can give it a certain sweetness. We continue our conversation as we take our drinks at the register. It doesn't seem like the rain's letting up. We'd probably get soaked if we were to go out now, but we really should be heading back. Over at the other side of the store, I spot a stand carrying a few umbrellas. Thank goodness. How about we buy an umbrella then? It'll definitely beat getting sick while trying to get back home. I suppose we can do that. Stepping away from the counter, I grab a plain black umbrella as Yuri grabs a striped one. Why don't we share? Oh, what are you doing? Buying an umbrella. Aren't we just gonna share one? It'll save us some money. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to be a bother. It'd be unfair to ask you to pay for it too. Don't worry. I've been needing a new one anyway. There's no need for us to buy two and just one will work. That's true. Alright, thank you for being so considerate. She fiddles with her hair. As she says this, a blush creeping across her cheeks. Man, shy girls are seriously very cute. No problem. It's still raining pretty hard. I believe that the bus should be here any minute. Don't you usually walk around town? Well, yes, but the weather. Right. Let's head to the stop so we don't miss it then. Did you just insist that Yuri would walk in the rain? After unfolding the umbrella, I'll wait for Yuri to join me under it. She's not coming closer though, instead electing to stand still, staring at her feet. Is something wrong, Yuri? No, I'm fine. She inches toward me until there's only a few inches between us. Let's go. We make our way to the bus stop. Once there, I open up my bottle of tea. It's probably not the best way to drink ice cold tea, but I already bought it. Hey Yuri. Yes. I meant to ask earlier, but how did you learn to make tea? It's not such an interesting story. Come on, I want to get to know you better. And given that tea is such an integral part of your character, I feel like I should know more about what it means to you. An integral part of my character? I mean, you are passionate about tea, aren't you? I suppose so. But I do have other interests too, you know. Yeah, I was just joking. I guess it was a very good joke. No, you're fine. I'm just not very good with humor. Yuri sighs, looking up into the sky. My mother was the one who taught me how to make tea. Ah, that makes sense. She was the one who helped you teach you how to cook after all. Yes, that's right. I believe I was just about to finish primary school when I first tried to make tea. Of course, I didn't go about to making it all at once, but over time she allowed me to do it more and more. She taught me how to prepare tea in a manner of ways, from Western to Eastern styles. You'd be surprised at how many different infusers, strainers, and teapots she owned. Sounds like it's a major hobby for her. Definitely it was. My mother even eventually taught me how to properly perform a tea ceremony. Are you going to do it with us in the future, Yuri? Dang, seriously? Why aren't you in a club for that then? I don't know. I was just intimidated by the idea of actually performing it in front of other people. There are so many ways you can mess it up. But you always seemed really graceful to me. And I'm glad you didn't join the tea ceremony club though, because otherwise I wouldn't have met you. Aww. I'm glad too. She blushes and looks down again, smiling at her shoes. Aww. I'm not as graceful as you may think though. Huh, I kinda find that hard to believe. You just haven't seen me make mistakes yet. There was one time I wasn't careful enough when handling the hot tea kettle one day. I nearly spilled it onto myself. My mother realized what was happening and put her hand over the spout to keep it from burning me. And because of that, she ended up with burns on her hand. For a while, it just felt so awful. For spending my ineptitude to hurt my mother. Or for allowing my ineptitude to hurt my mother. I didn't touch the tea kettle again for quite a while. Over time, however, I ended up becoming interested in tea again. And I'm glad that you got back into it. Yuri being clumsy isn't something that I'm used to. When she's calm, she's so elegant. Yes, I am too. Your mom sounds really nice, by the way. Mm-hmm. I shiver a bit as the wind buffets my body, whipping my clothes around me. Thankfully, the bus shows up a moment later, its bright headlights heralding its arrival. Wait, isn't this a train? Sorry. Is this how a bus in Japan looks like? I don't know. We stumble aboard and manage to find seats next to each other. Yuri moves her arms to her side, letting out a deep breath and looking out to the night sky beyond the window. The passing streetlights reflect off her eyes, shining gold over the violet of her irises. Sinking low into my seat, I sigh in contentment. Even though we aren't talking, it feels just nice to be as close to her. After a minute, Yuri signals her oncoming stop. I stand up to exit the bus with her. Yuri stops me. You really don't have to walk me all the way back. I insist, Yuri. Isn't this out of your way? Yeah, but I don't want you to get sick. I brought the umbrella to share with you the full way. Come on, I insist. I gently pull Yuri along with me, opening the umbrella as we leave. Thank you. You're welcome, Yuri. It's quite serene now. The rain has lightened up to a pitter-patter, and the occasional breeze gently rustles the trees around us. Midas? Yes? Do you ever notice how the light is when it's raining? What do you mean? Well, she looks around for a moment, then points at a street lamp down the street. Whenever it rains, it almost seems like the properties of light are completely changed, and it's especially obvious at night. Now that she mentions it, the light do seem a bit different. It's something I think I have noticed subconsciously, but never really paid any attention to. A cold gust blows by, causing Yuri and I to huddle closer together. Aww. Our shoulders are touching by this point, providing a small smidgen of warmth. Smidgen, sorry. Yuri doesn't seem to notice, or at least she's acting like she doesn't. At least she's relaxed. But it might just be that she's lost in her thoughts right now, though. She's been doing that more and more frequently. It's been nice to see her really open up to me. Yeah, it's almost like the lights are glowing. Well, of course light glows, but it's, I don't know, blurry? Yuri nods her head. The way the light bounces off each individual droplet seems to create a sort of halo around the street lamps. At times, it's almost like the rain's dancing around in the air as it refracts through the rain. It's as if the lights are spirits, burning their life forces like fireflies, showing that not all the world is darkness. Huh, I never thought of that before. And it's actually quite nice. My words are met with a faint smile. Every so often, I wonder if the lights in the distance are friendly will-o-wisps. I wonder if they're guiding me somewhere, urging me towards some far-off destination one step at a time. It's unnerving when they suddenly disappear right before you. When it cuts off their connection to the world, or when something cuts off their connection to the world, leaving everyone being guided in the dark. It's when that happens that you realize that you've been taken for granted. You begin to truly appreciate how welcoming that warmth was before, in contrast to the new, chilling darkness. Yeah, it can feel kind of lonely when you're walking by yourself in the dark. Not to mention, it's kind of dangerous to do so. And I'm glad I'm walking with you, Yuri. You haven't been doing that a lot lately, have you? Don't worry, I haven't. Well, good. If you ever need to walk around at night, just ask me and I'll be there. Plus, it feels a lot less lonely when you walk around with friends. Even though if you're lost in the dark, if you have friends by your side, you'll at least be able to trust that someone's going to stick by you. It's probably just me, but it feels like Yuri and I are a bit closer than we were before. I'm about to open my mouth to speak again when she abruptly comes up to a stop, nearly causing me to trip. We're at a quiet intersection that I'm not so familiar with. What do you want, Yuri? Oh, okay. Well, Midas, thank you for accompanying me on the way home. Aren't I walking all the way back with you? You wouldn't want to get wet now, alright? I mean, the rain's let up quite by a bit now. Really, I wouldn't want you to go too far out of your way. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Thank you for the offer, though. All is good. It's been my pleasure. You are right. It is a lot less lonely walking with friends. Her smile sends a light wave of warmth through my body. Yeah, it was. Well, see you tomorrow then. Goodbye, Midas.